As the tribe emerges from the dark, wet jungle, the tribe knows not what it will see. Bing! A box of metal from the early 1970s. What in the world is this thing, tribe? What does it all mean? Look at the it's so old. 1970, circa 1974. What is it? I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's a modern tripod mount on it. What could that mean? Well, tribe, if you don't know, this is a Polaroid SX70 sonar land camera created in the 1970s. It is the first camera to shoot instant film. What does that mean? That means you take a picture and, oh shit, I almost just took a picture, man. I don't want to do that. These pictures are expensive. This is the first camera to take a picture, shoot the picture out through some rollers, develop it, and in about 10 minutes after the development process is complete, you, tribe, have a fine and beautiful photograph with all of the characteristics of old Polaroid technology. Let's bring in the intro. I don't know. I do not know. We've got a state worker up there in the white truck going out into the soccer baseball field. And we've got this location. The location of our very second Polaroid photo. I had to take one at home just to make sure the camera worked, tribe. So we're gonna take our second photo out here. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Kalani, what are you talking about, man? What are that? What are that guy talking about? Well, what that, oh, Jesus, right off the bat, and we're stuck in a sandy pit of hell. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, Athena. Okay, first things first. I need a handicap placard right now. I'm kind of disabled. Back is still in freaking disarray. But I'm slowly getting better. And that brings me to this episode here on Accidental Broadcast. I might title the video Something Old and Something New. And the something new is that we've got our Accidental Broadcasts Epic Gift Away 3 coming up shortly. And something I thought I would do is give away 3 Hero 4 Plus Black Edition cameras. They come out on October 5th, so it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna order them through Mr. Mike, and hopefully there's no back order situations or any of that jazz, but let's just hope for the best there. I mean, I know these cameras are going to be going like hotcakes, but I think I can get my hands on 3 of them. I already ordered one for myself the day before yesterday. Very excited to get it. That camera's going to be shooting 4K at 30p, 24p I believe, 2.7K at 50p for some nice juicy slow-mo. 1920 by 1080 shooting at 120 frames per second. That's insane. That's going to be so much fun shooting with that camera in full HD, getting your friends and fellow tribe members going down and then slowing that thing down to 20% of its original speed. Oh, it's so juicy. So that's something new, and that's coming up, so stay tuned. And something old is this, hold on, let me take it out. The Polaroid SX70 sonar land camera. I got this camera, I've been wanting one for so long. I'd actually bought one in the past. When I received the camera, it didn't work. The mirror in there's a giant, huge mirror. The mirror was broken and the rollers had huge spacing and rust on them. Anyways, long story short, it did not work. I was upset and I didn't look into purchasing one for a very long time. This one, however, is in pristine condition. The little bellows here, which keep the light out, perfectly sealed, no cracks, no leaks, no light leaks. The rollers are gorgeous. I can't open this right now because if I do, it's gonna might be a problem for the film that's in there right now. The rollers are perfect, which when you take a picture, the chemistry, the photochemistry is in the bottom of the Polaroid, and it rolls it out over the whole recently exposed piece of film, and then you let that piece of film sit for 10 minutes and you get a gorgeous and completely and totally unique Polaroid photo. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go and ride, because I'm looking to shoot 3 photos today. So in this camera right now, I've only got 7 photos. A pack of 8 photos cost me nearly $50 shipped here to the jungle on Maui. And I was so like hesitant to shoot the first one, but I shot the first one right in front of the International Wall of Love in the super shitty garage at my house, and it came out amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much mojo in this photo. It's so unique, it's so cool. So in this next gift away, I figured instead of keeping the photos for myself, the photos belong to the tribe. So I'm gonna choose one person to gift all 8 photos to. I'm gonna frame them and or mount them in a really beautiful and cool way to hopefully create a piece of art for you that can potentially appreciate in value over time. So anyways, I'm gonna shoot this first photo right here, and then I'm gonna go ride. We got another location up here. This is we're close to the West Maui Mountains right here. I'm gonna start heading west, and we're gonna shoot 2 more locations after this. I kind of have them in mind. We might play with the locations, but the first one's about, 5 or 6 miles away. But I'm super excited to talk about this camera. Anyways, let me shoot this first photo, and I'll see you in a few. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Okay, so I just shot the second photo of 8. As you can see, I put it on a tripod, tried to create the best image possible. A simple image, Athena, beautiful blue sea in the background, and some kind of little, I don't even know what that little bunker hole is. I couldn't shoot it all because I have to put my face right up to the camera. I forgot to bring my Sony RX100, so I have to critically focus the camera. Then when the Polaroid gets spit out, the second you push this red button, this thing drops, the Polaroid comes shooting out between those rollers, and it's exposed to light. So they sell this thing for the camera called a frog tongue, which catches the image so there's no further light further light that hits the film as it exposes. But I covered it with this little dark slide thing I had. Now it's in the bag, it's in the dark, and it's got about 10 minutes or so to develop. I think the full developing time is about 30 minutes. And we're moving on to our next location here. I'm super pumped about this camera. I've been wanting one forever, and it's kind of funny and ironic that now that I have one, I just want to give all the photos to you guys. But there's something about it. I don't know. I love photography, and there's something about having a camera with 8 photographs or 8 potential photographs in it, and you actually spent freaking $44 or so to get those photos delivered to your doorstep. And now you really have to choose, and you have to choose wisely. You have to frame everything just right. You have to get your light, The camera has automatic exposure, which is nice. So it's pretty simple. But you can also adjust the exposure compensation, which I did by just a little bit. Oh crap, I can't get out of here. Which I did for just a little bit, because it's so crazy bright right now. And now we're moving on to our second location. This camera's pretty crazy. So it was the story behind it. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the story as we head over. Okay, I can still wheelie with my broken back. I just want to tell you guys a little story about this camera as we head to the second location. So this camera was developed by this guy named Edwin Land, and he was a chemist, he was an entrepreneur, he was like the Steve Jobs of his time, right? And he developed this camera, and when it was released, it was just this crazy, thing. It was like, Steve Jobs himself was actually somebody who really looked up to Edwin Land. just because what's in this camera in terms of like, I mean, it is so crazy. If you guys have Netflix, watch a movie called, what's it called? Timeline Zero or Zero Time, or just type in Google the movie about Polaroid film, and the whole history of this thing will come up. It's pretty remarkable. But aside from engineering the camera to be something that you can slip in your pocket, although it's a pretty large camera, it's nothing like your smartphones nowadays. In 1970, that was a really big deal. Outside of how big of a deal it was, the film and the chemistry behind how to make that photograph expose itself and come into realization was incredibly complex. So he develops this camera, the camera goes absolutely bonkers, everybody loves it. If you watch the movie Jobs, you know, about Steve Jobs' life with Ashton Kutcher, there's a couple of scenes in the movie where his mom has a Polaroid SX70, and I don't know if they put that in there because it's something that he admired or looked up to as far as the design, but it's in there, it's cool. So you cut to today, well, not today, but cut to 2005, and Polaroid didn't announce it yet, but they stopped manufacturing the film in 2005. They developed they manufactured a shitload of it, and they're like, all right, in 2008, we're gonna announce the discontinuing of this film, right? Because digital cameras are just taking over. Everybody's shooting shit on their iPhones and smartphones and Android phones, instant or point and shoot cameras, yada yada. So this whole film is dead thing is something that Polaroid took seriously, and they just couldn't continue manufacturing it, right? They couldn't justify the sales that were low, but coming from very passionate Polaroid users. Okay, let's get past this guy real quick. So in 2005, they developed a shitload of film, you know, giant warehouse full of film that should have lasted them till 2008. And I guess the story is that it didn't last. They ran out before 2008, and then they announced the discontinuing of Polaroid 600 film. And the frickin' Polaroid community just went crazy. They just were not having it. It was just, in this particular documentary, I mean, people are frickin' crying. They're in tears. And I know it's just stuff, it's just material possessions and yada yada yada. But this is pretty special. A lot of people today use the camera and it's very nostalgic to them, and they love, you know, everything about it, and they're so like anti-digital and whatever. And I'm not, but I do appreciate this notion of having 8 exposures in your camera, and that's all you have. It makes you think. It makes you frame a photograph. It makes you choose, and choose wisely, right? Red pill or the blue pill. So, this entrepreneur started this project called the Impossible Project. And the reason it was called the Impossible Project is because they were trying to bring Polaroid back to life. And what I mean by that is the guy bought the Polaroid 600 manufacturing facilities. Oh, we almost might have another photo right around here. See that little road down there? Right down to the coastline. See, here we go, right here. Polaroid 600 thought process. I'm like, I don't know. We just shot a photo that was kind of low. Let's go to the second location. So, anyways, this guy buys the company. Some rich European entrepreneur. Great, you know, good on him. Keep it alive. And the challenge was